I told you I'd be back. Welcome to another episode of the Bible in 1 year with a preacher's husband. Dun dun dun! Today we pick up where we left off in Job chapter 35, 36, and 37. And this is the second half of Elihu's, his epic saga of a speech that he gives here. And he starts out in chapter 35, basically condemning Job and his self-righteousness. He basically repeats that Job has done bad things, but he thinks he's the best and he's the greatest, and he's not really. And then we move on to chapter 36, where Elihu starts out saying that he knows it all. He has a direct connection with God, and he knows exactly what God's wanting to say in this situation. So listen to him, because his words are God's words, because he knows everything. He has complete knowledge. Now listen to his Mr. Know-It-All complete knowledge. And then it's at this point that he begins to sound more like a Peter Popoff or a Joel Osteen or a prosperity preacher of sorts. We get here into chapter 36, verse 11. It says, "If they obey and serve him, they shall spend their days in prosperity and their years in pleasures. But if they do not obey, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge." Now, don't get me wrong. There's a good bit of truth in what he's saying, but it's not complete truth. It's not complete knowledge, and it's clearly not what God has intended to teach men, for sure. And then he goes on at the end of chapter 36 to proclaim God's majesty and how great and wonderful God was. That's not a terribly bad thing, okay? And he continues to do this through chapter 37. And one good thing did come out of Elihu's long proclamation, his long inspiring speech, I guess you could say. I'm saying that sarcastically because it wasn't all that inspiring to me. And we're going to find out in 38 that it was not very inspiring to God either, because God pipes up tomorrow when we start chapter 38 and 39. But one good thing did come from it. He did inspire an amazing hymn. He did. Job chapter 37 verse 22 says, "He comes from the north as golden splendor. With God is awesome majesty." With God is awesome majesty. Now, Daniel C. Roberts survived the Civil War. This is a guy that survived the Civil War, and he went on to become a rector of a small Episcopal parish in Brandon, Vermont. He wanted a new hymn for his congregation to celebrate the American Centennial. That's 100 years, the centennial, in 1876. So he wrote the song "God of Our Fathers," which his congregation sang on July the 4th of that year. Then later on in 1892, the hymn was also chosen for the celebration of the centennial of the United States Constitution. And these are the words to that song. The song goes like this: "God of our fathers, whose almighty hand leads forth in beauty all the starry band of shining worlds and splendor through the skies, our grateful songs before thy throne arise. Thy love divine hath led us in the past. In this free land by thee our lot is cast. Be thou our ruler, guardian, guide, and stay. Thy word our law, thy paths our chosen way. From war's alarm, from deadly pestilence, be thy strong arm our ever sure defense. Thy true religion in our hearts increase. Thy bounteous goodness nourish us in peace. Refresh thy people on their toilsome way. Lead us from night to never-ending day. Fill all our lives with love and grace divine. In glory, laud, and praise be ever thine." That is God of our fathers. Blessings. I hope this has touched you. If it has, click the like button, click the share button so it can inspire somebody else and they can follow along with us in our daily readings. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the little jingle bell so you can get notified the next time I upload a video. And I will see you tomorrow for God's answer.